Okay, so sorry for that. I just saw that. Okay, so let's answer that question. Let's answer the question, which is factorize completely. Sorry, we are on question 12, which is solve the equation 2x plus 13 is equal to 3. Solve that equation. So that's the question we need to answer. Okay, so we have got 2x plus 13 is equal to 3. So what is the answer? Please let me see the answers in the comment section. What is the answer to that question? Okay. First of all, I want also to apologize in case you see me going off without saying bye or without finishing. It's because of network. I don't know even how it happened. I just saw that I was busy teaching. I don't know even where the network got lost, and I don't know. So I just saw that I was off. So please, I'm sorry for that. It's just the network issue. Please, it's just the network issue. So let's be interacting in the comment section. So how do you go about this one? So what we do with this one is we put like terms together. That means we're going to have 2x is equal to 3. Then 13 will close the equal sign and become minus 13. Okay, so what we do now to find the value, first we write 2x, then we say is equal to. So what we do is we ask ourselves which number is big between 13 and 3 without considering the negative sign. So we know that 13 is bigger than 3. What is the sign 13 has? It is a negative. So then we say, what is the difference of 13 and 3? What is the difference of 13 and 3? Is 10. Okay, so I've got negative 10 there. Then what we do is now we divide. Okay, so we say 2, we divide by 2, and this side we divide by 2. Then we say 2 and 2 cancel each other, leaving us with x, which will be equal to. So 2 into negative 10 will give us negative 5. Okay, will give us negative 5, and that is the answer. Okay, if you have questions, I'm here to answer them. And if you think the answer is not x is equal to negative 5, what is your answer? What answer did you get, and how did you do it? Let me see it in the comment section. Okay, so now we are done with that. Let's go to 13. In the diagram below, BDC is a straight line, AD is perpendicular to BC, okay, AB is equal to AC, which is equal to 13 centimeters, okay, then, and BC is equal to 10 centimeter. So we come to the question. Let me draw the diagram, which is there in case you are not able to see proper. Let me draw the diagram. Okay, all right, so here there is 90 degrees. Okay, let me draw the line proper. Okay, then here it's 90 degrees. So here from this up to here it's 10 centimeter. then this side is 13 centimeter, and here is 13 centimeter. Okay, so there on top it's A, and this side is B, then C, then on the middle it's D. Okay, so the question is find the length of AD. Okay, find the length of AD, and the length AD is this one. Okay, we need to find the height of the triangle. So how do you find the height of the triangle? Okay, so to find the height of the triangle, we are going to use Pythagoras theorem. So what we're going to do is we're going to say we're going to identify the hypotenuse. So this is hypotenuse. Okay, so we're going to get one triangle, the one I've put in already. That's the one we're going to use. Okay, so that means we're going to say so that one is A. The hypotenuse line is A, B squared is equal to so we can say is equal to B D squared plus, so we have A D squared. Okay, so let's look at AB squared. We are given that is 13. So let's forget about units first. As we are solving, let's forget about units first. So we just say 13 squared is equal to, then BD. BD we don't know. However, we are given the length of BC. So what it means here, since both are right angles, that means D is the middle point. So we say the middle point is D. So BD will be equal to 5 centimeter. Okay, so we have 5 squared plus AD we are not given, so we just say AD squared. So we just say AD squared. So this one 13 times 13 will give us 169, which is equal to 5 times 5 will give me 25, then plus AD squared. So what you can do is you can put like terms together. That means we have got 169, then 25 will close the equal sign and become minus 25 is equal to AD squared. Okay, now once we have done that, what you can do now, we evaluate that, which means we're going to have 169 minus 25 will give us 144, then which is equal to AD squared. So what you can do now is we can just square root everything. Okay, and also this side we square root it. So here the square root of 144 is 12. So we say 12 centimeter is equal to, okay, let me write proper, 12 centimeter is equal to AD, because the square root of AD squared is AD, and that is the answer, and that is the length of AD, that is 12 centimeter. Okay, if you have got questions, you can ask in the comment section. If there are no questions, basically that's how you go about it. Okay, so unless if there are questions, we can go to the next question, which is as follows. Given that x is equal to -2, y is equal to 1, find the value of 4x squared minus 3xy. Okay, so the expression we are given is, first the statement we have is x, we are told x is equal to -2 and y is equal to 1. Okay, then the expression given is find the value of x, 4x squared minus 3xy. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to replace the letters by their numerical values. So we have got 4, then open bracket, -2 squared, okay, then minus 3, open bracket, x, we are told x is -2, close bracket, then multiply by 1, close bracket. Okay, that's a value of y. Okay, now once I've done that, what you can do is you can write 4, then negative 2 times negative 2 will give me positive 4. So 4 times 4 minus negative 3, sorry, not minus, but negative 3 times negative 2 will give me positive 6 times 1. Okay, then I multiply these. So 4 times 4 will give me 16 plus 6 times 1 will give me 6. Okay, then I add that will give me 22. 16 plus 6 will give me 22. Okay, if you have got questions, I'm here to answer the questions. So please make sure you ask the questions in the comment section as we go through that. Okay, so please let's get interacted in the comment section. Okay, please, it's okay to write a wrong answer. That's how we learn. It's better we make a mistake now. So please make sure you practice as we are doing this. Okay, so let's continue just practicing. So the other thing I want to share with you is please, my viewers, if you are looking for leakage, I do not have leakage. The only thing I have is time to revise with you. That's all, the only thing I have. I do not have leakage, and I'm a person who does not support, I'm a person who do not support leakages. I don't support leakages. So please, in case you want leakage, not from me, I do not have. The only thing I can offer you is time, the one I've sacrificed, okay, for you. That's the only thing I can give you now. Leakage I do not have. Okay, so please make sure, don't get a number from anywhere and write to me, sir, leakage paper shiny. I do not have. I don't have. And I strongly say I don't deal with that. So please make sure, just pay attention. Okay, we come to question 15. We come to question 15. So we are done with question 14. We come to question 15, which is given that matrix n is equal to, so matrix n, we have got matrix n, which is as follows. N is in, so the matrix n is equal to, open bracket, 2, sorry, not 2, it's 5, 5, negative 6, 2. Okay, that is the matrix. So question 1 is saying state the order of matrix. So the flame for order of matrix is in a row by column. So what is the order of this matrix? If the flame for order of matrix is in row by column, so what is the order of this matrix? So how many rows does it have? How many rows does this matrix have? So when we're counting the rows, we count like this. So there is only one row. So here we could put 1. Then columns, when we're counting columns, we go vertically. So there are 3 there, like that. So this is the order of this matrix. Okay, unless if there are questions, but basically that is 1 by 3. Okay, we come to question 15.2, which is find 2n. Okay, remember, let me rewrite the matrix. Okay, the matrix is n is equal to, the matrix is n, then open bracket 5, negative 6, then 2, close bracket. Okay, so the question is find 3n. So 3n, okay, is equal to 3, then n will replace n by the actual matrix, which is 5, negative 6, 2, like that. Okay, then what we do is we multiply every element in the matrix by 5. So 3 by 5, so first we say equal to, then we say 3 by 5 will give us 15, 3 by negative 6 will give us negative 18, 3 by 2 will give us 6. Okay, so that is the matrix. That is the value of 3n. Okay, unless if you have got questions. If there are no questions, that's how you go about it. Okay, so if I'm too fast, you tell me, but I'm trying to remind you what you are supposed to do. So we come to question 16, which is in a woodwork practical, Jennifer cut a wood block of length 15 centimeter, breadth 10 centimeter, and height of 6 centimeter as shown below. Okay, so I hope you can see the dimensions. Then the question is, given that the density of the wooden block is 0.05 grams per centimeter, find its mass. Okay, so we need to find the mass of this wooden block. So here I want to talk about something. Maybe you just know the formula for density. So you know the formula for density, which is equal to mass over volume. Okay, that is the formula for density. So what you can do is, for you to find the formula for mass, what you can do, you can just do cross multiply. Here we put 1. So that means we have got m times 1 will give us m, which will be equal to then d times volume. Or you can still write it as dv. Again, the formula is okay. Okay, so the other thing is you need to know how to change the subject of the formula. It's very important, because no matter what, you're going to change the subject of the formula. If you know how to change the subject of the formula, you never struggle to master the formula for other elements. So you just master one formula for density, then you can do changing the subject of the formula and come up with the formula for mass. So that is the formula for mass. So we have mass there. So it's a mass is equal to. So what we do is first we find we are given density, which is 0.05 grams per centimeter cubic. Okay, so now what we can do now to find mass, what we're going to do is we're going to find the volume. So 6 times 10 will give us 60. 60 times 15 will give us 900. So we say times 900 centimeter cubic. Okay, so what we can do now is we need to find the mass. So what we're going to do, we're going to say equal to. So these 2 zeros will be used to get rid of these 2 zeros. Okay, so that we make 5 a whole number. Okay, so we just have 5 times 9 will give us 45. Okay, grams. Then this centimeter cubic and this centimeter cubic will be cancelled out. Okay, so why are we cancelling out this? So let's say we have got grams over centimeter cubic. That's what it says. Grams per centimeter cubic. It's more or less like grams centimeter cubic, like that. Then times centimeter cubic. So meaning this centimeter and this centimeter will cancel each other out, leaving us with gram. That's how I've come up with gram there. Okay, if you have got questions, you can ask in the comment section, but basically that's how we go about that one. Okay, so we come to question 17. Question 17 is as follows. Mr. Kangwa deposited 6,000 in a bank at the rate of 30% simple interest per annum for 9 months. Calculate the interest. Okay, so we need to find the interest that Mr. Kangwa made when he deposited 6,000 kwacha. So the formula for interest is this one, please. First of all, let me see the answers that you're going to write. I'm giving you 1 minute. Sorry that I'm giving you 1 minute. I should have been giving you more, but because of time, so I'm giving you 1 minute. Let me see what would be your answer. How can you find the correct answer for this question? Okay, so what will be the answer if Mr. Kangwa deposited 6,000 kwacha in the bank at the rate of 30% interest per annum for 9 months? Okay. Okay, let me see your answers. Calculate, please. let me see your calculations. Okay, all right, let me calculate. So the formula for interest is I is equal to principal times rate times time over 100. Okay, so we say equal to, so what is the principal? We are told the principal is 6,000 kwacha times rate, that is 30%, then time, that is, we say times 9 over 12. Now remember that is over 100. Okay, so over 12, not 2. Okay, so what we can do now is we can evaluate that. So we can just cancel 100 into 6,000. It will go 60 times. So we are remaining with 60 there. Okay, then we say 3 into 12 into 12, it's 1. 12 into 60 to go 5 times. Okay, so now we can write what we are remaining with. We are remaining with 5 times, that is 5 kwacha, times 30 times 9 times 9. Okay, so we say equal to 5 times 30 will give us 150. Okay, will give us 150. 150 times 9 will give us 350 kwacha. Okay, so that is the interest that was made in 9 months, 1,350 kwacha. Okay. Okay, so please make sure you are following me. Okay, now let's go to the next question, which is question 18, which is as follows. The Venn diagram below illustrates sets A and B. The Venn diagram below illustrates sets A and B. Okay, so those are sets and A and B. So use set notation to describe the shaded region. Okay, so to describe the shaded region, how do you describe the shaded region? We can see that set A and B are completely not shaded. Okay, so what is shaded are those elements or members that are not found in set A and B. Okay, so how do you show that? Okay, so to show that, to answer that, or to list the, to use set notation to describe the shaded region, what we're going to do is we're going to pick set A union B, because both sets are not shaded. Therefore, we can put them in brackets and put the complement sign. So we say the shaded region is A union B complement. The shaded region is A union B complement. Okay, unless if you have got questions. If there are no questions, basically those are, that is the answer. Okay, we come to question 19. Question 19 is as follows. Simplify negative 3x plus 2y plus x minus y. So negative 3x plus 2y plus x minus y. Okay, so what we do here is we put like terms together. So we have got negative 3x plus x, okay, plus x, then plus 2y minus y. Okay, so we have put like terms together. Then what we can do is now we evaluate. So negative 3x plus x, so that means here it's more or less like we have got 1. So since the signs are different, we subtract. So we maintain the sign of the bigger number, which is 3, which is the negative. Then the difference of 3 and 1 is 2. So we have negative 2x. Then 2y minus y will give us plus y, positive y. So that is the answer. That's how you simplify that one. Okay, unless if you have got questions, if there are no questions, but basically that's how you simplify that one. Okay, I know I'm very fast. I'm trying to catch up with time, so please make sure you follow. Where you have got questions, ask in the comment section. I'll be glad to respond to you. Okay. We come to question 20, which is in the diagram below, the bearing of B from A is 120. The question is, find the bearing of A from B. Okay, so let me draw the diagram. So the diagram is here like this. Okay, and then the bearing is here, which is 120 degrees. Okay, then this is north, this is A, and this is B. So the question is, find the bearing of A from B. Okay, so what we're going to do is, I'm going to write here a north line like this and call it a north line. Then the question is, find the bearing of A from B. So what I can do is I can draw the bearing that we need to find. This is the bearing we need to find. Okay, so basically when you are working out this one, there are two ways. So you can choose the one you want. Okay, so the first one we can use is dividing the bearing into two parts. So that means we are going to extend this line as well. Okay, let me use the red ink to extend the line. We're going to extend the line like that. Okay, so that we can use the properties of parallel line and a transversal line. Okay, so that means here when we divide the bearing, that means we're going to have two angles, which is this one is equal to 180 degrees. And then what is the value of this angle? So using the properties of parallel line and transversal line, parallel lines and transversal line, we can say this angle and this angle, they are the same, so both are 120 degrees. Okay, so what you can do is now is just to add these two. So 180 plus 120, so that's what we can do. We can just say 180 degrees plus 120 degrees. Here we have found 120 because we're using alternate angles are equal. Okay, even when we use the property which is co-interior angles add up to 180, that means here there will be a value of 60 degrees. Then we use this one to find the value of this angle. We're going to use angles on a straight line add up to 180, which will give us 120 as the value of this bearing. So that means 180 plus 120 will give us 300 degrees. So that is the bearing of that is the value of the bearing. So the bearing of A from B is 300. Okay, okay, we come to question we go to question 21, but before we go to question 21, there is another method that you can use. So the other method that we can use is using angles on the point. Okay, so when you use angles on the point, which means angles on the point add up to 360 degrees. So what you can do is let me just delete this so that I can be so clear, so that if there is one who wants to use this method, can go and use it. Okay, so here is the bearing, which is 120 degrees. Then we say what do we do now to find that? We are going to draw that and then also identify the bearing that we want to find. Okay, now to use the method I said, using angles on the point, that means we need to find the value of this. Okay, so to find the value of this angle here, remember here it's n and here it's n, we are going to use the property of co-interior angles add up to 180. So what we do is we subtract 180 minus 120, which will give us 60. So 60 is the value of this angle. Okay, then what we do now, we use angles on the point add up to 360. So for us to find the value of this bearing from here up to here, what we're going to do is we're going to say 360 degrees minus 60 degrees, which will give us 300 degrees. So basically that's the same answer we got. Okay, so those are the two methods that you can use when you're working out that one. Okay, let's go to question 21. Find the size of each interior angle of a regular hexagon. Okay, so what we need to do is, for you to find the correct answer on this one, you need to understand what an hexagon is. Okay, so what is hexagon? Tell me, how many sides does a polygon called hexagon has? Okay, how many sides do hexagon has? Okay, so hexagon has got 6 sides. So we are told to say to find the size of each exterior angle of regular hexagon. Okay, so if it has got 6 sides, so how do we get the size of the exterior angle, the size of exterior angle? Okay, so let's use this method first. Okay, so we can say open bracket n minus 2 close bracket times 180 degrees. Okay, so we have 6 minus 2 brackets times 180 degrees, which will give us 4 times 180 degrees. Okay, which will give us 720 degrees. Okay, 4 times 18, or 4 times 0, it's 0. 4 times 8, it's 32. We write 2, carry 3. 4 times 1 will give us 7. Okay, so that is the size. Okay, so now what we do is to find we have found the answer to be 720 as a sum of interior angles. So we have 720 degrees divided by 6. Okay, so we say 6 into 7, it will go 1 time, remainder 1. So 6 into 12, it will go 2 times, then without a remainder, so we have a 0 there. So that is the size of the interior angle. So to find the exterior angle, you know that interior angle plus exterior angle is equal to 180 degrees. So we can say 120 degrees plus x is equal to 180 degrees. Then we put like terms together. We have x is equal to 180 degrees, which will give us minus 120 degrees. So when we find the value of that, we are going to find that the correct answer is 60 degrees. So 180 degrees minus 120 degrees will give us 60 degrees. So that is the size of exterior angle. That is the size of exterior angle. If you have got another method of finding the size of exterior angle, in such a case, you can write it in the comment section. I'll be glad to respond to, or to also comment on your answer. Okay, so we come to question 22. We come to question 22, which is as follows. The bar chart below shows the distribution of the pupils' shoe size in a grade 9 class. Okay, so children with the size 4, children with the size 3, they are 9. They are 4, 4 children with size 3, then 8 children with size 4, 14 children with size 5, 12 children with size 6, and 2 children with size 7. Then the question is, find the number of pupils who wear size 5, okay, and above, size 5 and above. So we can say how many wears size 5. We are told size 5 they are 14. Children who wear size 6 they are 12. Size 6 they are 12. Children who wear size 7 they are 2. Okay, so now we just find the total. So 4 plus 2 is, that is 6 plus 2, 8. Then that is 28. Okay, so there are 28 children. Okay, there are 28 children. Okay.